Here you see, Istanbul is the positional strength, Digbal is the directional strength, Kalbal is the temporal strength, Chestaval is the motional strength, Nesargic is the natural or permanent strength, and Digbal is the aspect strength. So we have calculated for each planet, we total them up, so we get the Shadbal in Sastyansh. This is 415, 561, whatever it is actually. And if we divide this by 6, so we get the Shadbal in rupas for the each planet. So this indicates the strength of each planet. Now you see here, uh, what's written over here? What is written over here? This is the minimum. It means we don't need equal strength of each planet. Some planet we need more strength, some planet we need lesser strength. For example, Saturn, if we have very strong, then apart from giving positive result, it will also give you the negative result. So we don't want the Saturn to be very, very strong. Similarly, Jupiter is a very positive planet and Mercury is a very positive planet. So we need those two planets to be very strong. And Venus is basically concerned with the sensual pleasures. So that also we don't want to be very strong. So here you see the minimum requirement of each planet is written over here. If this is what, if this strength is this one, then we will consider that planet is sufficiently strong. If Sun is 5, Moon is 6, Mars is 5, then we will consider that planet is sufficiently strong. So what they have done, that in comparison to the minimum strength, they have found out the ratio of the actual strength and the minimum strength required. So this is that ratio, and depending on the ratio, because the ratio, wherever the ratio is the maximum, that will be the first most strong planet. For example, in this case, Jupiter is number 1. Jupiter is the strongest planet. Sun is second in strength. Like this, we give the grading also, which planet is stronger, which planet is weaker. Now, what is the minimum requirement for each planet? So that we can say that planet is sufficiently strong. So it is like this, because it may differ from book to book, but normally, as mentioned in that Brihat Parashara Shastra, they say that Sun strength should be 6.5, Moon should be 6, Mars should be 5, Mercury should be 7, Jupiter should be 6.5, Venus should be 5.5, Saturn should be 5, because Saturn is the most malefic planet. So even if it is strong, it will create more problems. So that's why we don't want Saturn to be strong. We wanted particularly these two planets to be very strong, Mercury and Jupiter. So this value may differ from book to book, just because just now you've seen in the software, they are saying Mercury 7 and Jupiter 7. Anyway, that is immaterial. So there is a minimum requirement so that we can call that planet to be sufficiently strong. So naturally, this Mars is basically concerned with the physical strength only. So we don't want physically to be very strong, because even the lesser one will do. So particularly, but these two planets should be very strong, Mercury and Jupiter. So in comparison to this minimum requirement, we compare the strength in each horoscope. Now, in this, you might have seen, along with each planet, we write the Kastfal and the Istfal also. Kastfal means the malefic results, Istfal means benefic results. And in this software, we will see that they have calculated the Istfal and the Kastfal of each planet. And how do they calculate? Calculation is the simple one. Istfal is under root of Uchbal into Chestabal. Uchbal we have calculated in the positional strength, and Chestabal is nothing but the motional strength. So whatever we have calculated Uchbal and Chestabal for the each planet, with this formula we can calculate the Istfal. Similarly, Kastfal is 60 minus Uchbal into 60 minus Chestabal. Many times it happens that we are not able to find out the planet will give you good results or the bad results. Many times it happens. It's difficult to find out whether a planet in a particular position will give you good results or the bad results, or what type of results are expected from a planet. So naturally, just have a glance at the eastfall and custfall of each planet. And that is a very, very good indicator of the results of each planet. In place of going into complicacy, just have a look at eastfall and custfall of each planet. The more the eastfall, the more is the beneficness of that planet. If the custfall is more, naturally that period is not going to be good. That may have more malefic effect. So we can just see from the, and this is really a very good indicator, because most of the time or many times it happens that it is not possible to find out what type of results we can expect from a particular planet.
So, sir, with the eastfall and the custfall, this is more important than the rupas, the strength.
No, strength is something different. If even a malefic planet can be more strong. So one is the strength, and this is what type of results you can expect. For example, if you see this horoscope, here you find that the eastfall and custfall of each planet is given. Eastfall and custfall of each planet is given over here actually. And if you see, Sun is eastfall is 26.12 and custfall is 30.85. It means it's almost equal. It means the good and bad results will be equal. You will get good also and the bad also result during the dasha of Sun. But if you see this moon is mostly eastfall is much more than the custfall. It means that dasha of moon is definitely going to be much better as compared to other dasha. Similarly, Mercury is Mars is almost equal, so that also you can say. But Mercury, if you see, this is 14, this is 45. It means during Mercury dasha, the cust will be more, or the malefic results will be more. This is what is the indication of this east and custfall. Similarly, Jupiter, the eastfall is much more. So naturally, when the Jupiter dasha will operate, you get only good result because the custfall is very, very less. So like this, we can have an idea about what type of results are expected from any planet whenever its dasha is in operation. So this is a
So
very
even planets positioned are in their best. Still, also the custfall will be more if.
बिल्कुल यही मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको कि ये इसका फायदा यही है कि आपको ये पता लग जाएगा कि आपको शुभ फल ज्यादा मिलेंगे या अशुभ फल ज्यादा मिलेंगे. So this is really a wonderful indicator, but nobody looks into this. But this is in case we have a glance, so we have at least some idea कि हमें what type of results are expected from that planet.
So even in current transit, we can see this.
हाँ जी.
Even in current transit, we can see the
transit
results.
का नहीं है. This is not for transit.
Only for dasha.
Only for the position of planet in the horoscope.
Okay.
We have calculated the strength of these planets only, not the transit planets.
Sir,
so what is?
Sorry, sir, you were saying something. I'll say later on.
Yeah. So whatever is the position of planet in the horoscope, we have calculated the strength of that only. And based on this strength, we have calculated the east and the custfall. So that is the position of planet. It means whenever their dasha will operate, what type of results you can expect from that planet. So this is indicated by the eastfall and the custfall.
Okay.
So, sir, right? I have a question here.
Ji.
And it is related to my chart. It will just take a minute. So the last class we were discussing about, like I have the Sun Mahadasha at the moment. So we looked into the rupas, and the position of the points for the rupas was very strong for the Sun. So I think you mentioned that it shouldn't be that bad. But when I'm looking at the eastfall, yes. So if you look at the eastfall and the custfall, eastfall is like almost nothing.
No, this is your horoscope here.
Yes. So the
this is
less.
You see whichever is the strongest planet.
Moon is stronger. And
Moon
Venus
is very strong. Mercury is very strong. Venus is very strong. Right? Yes. So you are going to have a dasha of Jupiter, Sun and Jupiter.
Yes.
Sun and Jupiter means Sun is 6.3 and Jupiter is
5.6.
5.6. So here if you see, because Sun is stronger, so naturally you should get the result of Sun during that period. So Sun result is eastwall is less and the custwall is more.
Lot more,
So
yes.
what does this indicate?
Indicate the bad results of the sun will be more, lot more.
Bad result will be more. Bad result means that something happens which can create more mental tension on you. So that is the idea of this.
So even though with the rupas, that like then becomes a side, like we are not focusing.
So this indicates even though it's very well placed, let's say Sun or Jupiter is very well placed, but even then there may be some problem actually, so which can create some tension. So this is the indication of this, because the custwall is indicated to be much more actually.
And the eastwall is like 2.7, it's like very less.
And it's not running from now, it's running from 22nd April.
Yes.
So I don't know, you might have seen some problems in the family or which is creating more tension to you.
Right.
So that is the result of this.
So it is related to mental tension only.
Naturally.
Okay.
It's not health or financial or anything.
No, not only your health, something happens in the family. So naturally that creates more tension. So that is the indication of this.
So how we'll get to know that mental tension only the person will get and not the health problem?
नहीं, ईस्टफल कष्टफल का मतलब यही है कि कष्ट ज्यादा होंगे. कष्ट ज्यादा मतलब कि जो खराब रिजल्ट ज्यादा होंगे. तो कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा है, बट सडनली जैसे फैमिली में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गई या कुछ बात हो गई, किसी की हेल्थ खराब हो गई, तो नेचुरली टेंशन उससे पूरा बढ़ जाता है, पूरा पीरियड खराब हो जाता है उसकी वजह से. तो उस टाइप की पॉसिबिलिटी होने की ज्यादा संभावना है.
And even with the moon also, because the moon is quite strong there, and if you see here,
if you see the moon is eastwall is only this one, custwall is much more.
Yes.
So you can see this period from February 20 to June 20. This period. No, sorry, August 19 to February 20. That was the period of moon, sun moon.
Yes.
And moon is stronger than the sun, so you might have got the result of moon only.
Yes.
And moon का ईस्टफॉल ज्यादा है. मेन तो आपका जो this one Mercury ईस्टफॉल is much more, and even Saturn ईस्टफॉल is more than custfall actually.
And Mercury is anyway not going to come because not going to live that longer. Mercury,
Sun, Moon, Mars. Sun चल रहा है, Moon आएगा, Mars का भी कम है. Rahu will give the result of which planet in your case?
Mars.
Jupiter.
Jupiter, sir.
Jupiter के लिए.
But why, sir, Rahu will give Jupiter's result?
नहीं, what we do, we see the planet which are placed with the Rahu and the planet aspecting Rahu. So naturally no planet is aspecting Rahu, only one Jupiter is placed in this. So it will give the result of Jupiter. And if there was no planet and neither planet was aspecting Rahu, then the lord of this sign, again Jupiter.
So we will not consider Ketu.
नहीं, राहु के रिजल्ट के लिए केतु के ऊपर, केतु के प्लैनेट देखिए कौन से प्लैनेट है, किन प्लैनेट का एस्पेक्ट है उसके ऊपर. यहाँ पर भी कोई प्लैनेट नहीं है और जुपिटर का एस्पेक्ट है, तो जुपिटर के रिजल्ट देगा वो भी.
So the Ketu will give the Jupiter result and Rahu
will also give the result of Jupiter.
Yeah, but because whatever we are giving the results, there's no point because so if the Ketu is giving a Jupiter result or Rahu is giving Jupiter result, so still it doesn't matter because at the end of the day is the Ishtfal and the Kashtfal, and the Ishtfal is hardly anything.
Correct.
So in that, if we look into that perspective, that means this is like really like one of the like worst chart.
Matlab, you may have to face problems at each step actually. Only except this Mercury Dasha, and in most of Mercury and Saturn Dasha. In other cases, Kastfal is more in all other cases actually.
Right.